Welcome back to the channel. We are getting ready to take off and go do a little ride around the neighborhood. I know it's been a minute. It's been a really busy month for me. So let's just go ride, and hopefully you can see some of the new construction and also the old construction to see how far they've come. So we're going to take off right now. Okay, so we are back on the road. It's definitely been a while. It's been real busy for me, photography wise, down here this time of year. Today the weather is really nice. It's in the 80s, so it's starting to warm up, that's for sure. It's also warm enough to the point where the pool is agreeable. So Doug has been out there doing his pool exercises. I haven't gotten out there yet, but maybe one day in the future I'll get out there. So what's been going on since we've been gone? Not a whole lot. Just since I'm the one that does the videos, you know, and I gotta get them imported and what little editing I need to do. I have to do on one of my Macs. I have to work with two iMacs and a Dell, because I also do video for my business and of course photos. So then I use the other Mac for the bike videos. So what have we been doing? Well, besides the pool and Doug exercising, we have a couple more part 2 shorts we need to do and put up, and we want to be able to go on some of those rides that we talk about, but that probably is not going to happen until next month, because we had Little League baseball pictures, and so I'm just now getting started on editing those. So that's going to take me about 3 weeks, plus my regular events, quinceañeras. I had a quince last month. I have a quince this weekend. I have a wedding the following weekend. I have seniors to photograph. So just really a lot of work, but next month will be better. I do plan on going to Minnesota next month to see the grandkids, so I look forward to that. I think Doug told me that he almost has 10,000 miles on his bike. Now last month we did a little chart, which I think he posted to our EBike Trek page, or maybe even his own page. The monthly mileage for December, February, March, and April. Somehow January didn't work to collect the data, but he's ridden about 500 plus miles a month on his bike. So that's a really great thing. He's the rage of all his doctors. Whenever he goes for his doctor appointments, boy, they're always telling other people about Doug, because they can't believe that he rides as much as he does and does all of the exercises. Plus I always make him all the healthy foods and everything. They're just excited to know that there's still some people out there that are able to do that. So they talk about him a lot. Well, at least when we go in the office. So we just got back from San Antonio. I had to do a quince shoot up there with one of my clients. This is her second daughter. So we stayed overnight, and the next day we had breakfast with our son. His wife had to work, but we were able to have breakfast with him, and then we drove back. So here we are, back out on the bike. I really want y'all to be able to see. We're going to be coming up on construction here in a little bit, to see how far along the construction has gotten from, say, the last time I showed video from our neighborhood. Coming along great. One house, I believe, is maybe almost done. I mean, you can never be sure depending on what people get put on the inside, but it's looking really nice. So let's get on down the road to that other construction so you can see what's up. All right. Now, this house over here, that house right there, it's kind of stopped. Not sure what's going on, but it's they've kind of stopped working on it. Looks like it's going to be a really nice house though. Yeah, this neighborhood has definitely grown. It's already been here a while. This is called Rancho Nuevo, this neighborhood. So how's everybody been doing? We've been seeing some of our regulars. Some of our regulars though have not posted in a while. They may be either taking vacation or they found other things to do with their time. Rip. We miss Rip. Rip One Outdoors. We see Sean. Okay, see, there goes the construction. Look how far along that's gotten. I hadn't been there before, I think, in my other videos. But the work is definitely getting done around here. Yeah, there's a couple of other people that Doug watches. I haven't really had a whole lot of time to do a lot of watching, but he still does. Oh yeah, we watched Gary. Gary has a trailer now. Hey Gary, we really like that trailer you got. That's pretty sweet. And all the trikes you can fit in it. Now that's really ideal because I feel like any individual that maybe owns a trike, if they don't have anything to haul it around, then they're just going to ride around their neighborhood. Kind of like us, but we do have a bike rack. You know, we don't have a trike, but I think it's great that you have that trailer. Pretty sweet. It's nice seeing different areas. Oh, what's the name of the other guy? I think he lives in California, but I think he said he's moving to another state. Doug would know, but I'm not going to bother trying to catch up with him. So, okay, so it's The Ride with Lance. That's who I was thinking of. I think I did watch one of his videos, and he was mentioning that they were looking at moving to Tennessee from California. Real pretty there where he was riding at in California, so Tennessee's probably just as beautiful to go riding. Look at the water over here. One of our recycles. Isn't that pretty? This is kind of like a little nook and cranny over here. You know, we were actually going to buy one of those places over there when we first moved here, but I told Doug it looked like Mosquito Alley. It was dark back in that corner, and I didn't want to be in a corner, so we found the place that we have now. Down here at the end of this street is where we do our little Steve McQueen, we call it, whenever we want to go ride to the Family Dollar. Well, now when it rains, we can't go through there. Doug's pointing to it, but it's too late in the day for us to go over there. We would have had to start it sooner in the day, just by a little bit, but because it's 6:30, you see, we got to start riding later as it gets hotter. Yeah, little kids. So anyway, yeah, we still do watch quite a few of the e-bike channels. I know there's some new bikes coming out. The event level 3s are out. I think I talked about those a little bit. I mean, they have neat technology on them.
Average speed 13.1 miles per hour.
We certainly won't be upgrading, but you know, if you don't have a bike yet, you could just start off there. You know, can't be stolen. Speaking of which, did you all watch Scott Hardisty's video about people breaking into his storage unit. Yeah, almost got his bikes. That was crazy. I feel like that had to be an inside job. Someone from there or someone just watches to see what people put in those units. That's what I think. But I'm glad that, you know, they weren't able to get him. Let's see what this does mean. Yeah, I do. Do you want to
cut the grass back there?
Yeah, at the Steve
McQueen?
Yeah.
Friday night I went by there and the grass was high as this bike.
Well, there you have it, folks. The lawn got cut back there at our little Steve McQueen. Looked really good.
And I didn't want you.
Wow. Yeah, so yeah, that's crazy. I mean, people, you know, if people want it, they will definitely try to get it. That is just so crazy, you know. But great save with the bike that had the little alarm notification on it that told him that his bike was moving. I forget which one he says that was, but you can go watch this video if you haven't seen it. We need to go back down to our local bike shop and see if they have any new bikes out. See what they're showcasing. We haven't been there for a while. I'll have to try to manage to take a couple of hours off one day so we can go there. And then we have to check the launch schedule for next month so we can go ride out at SpaceX. Yeah, most of our rides are going to have to happen next month in July. Well, July gets pretty hot, but that's the plan. Now we're going to mosey on over and see these other new houses that's being built, so you can see how far along they are. We had quite a few people out today too. That's nice. Well, we're getting ready to go over the bridge. That's the restaurant and the golfing store. It used to be office for a hotel, which they just had rooms, these little cabanas, but I believe they sold the cabanas, so they don't do that anymore. So you have to have a membership though to eat over there. And I will tell you, they have an awesome chef over there. Once when Doug and I went to watch the Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin duo, the chef was working that event, and boy, let me tell you, that food was delicious. Be nice to go over there. I had a friend that lived here that had a membership, and she and I would go years back, but she's since moved away, and we don't know anybody with a membership anymore, so that's that on that. So here we are over by the pickleball court. Oh, there's some people over there. I don't know if y'all can see them. Then over here is the golf. Don't see anybody over there. Not sure where they are. Maybe they're closed on Mondays. I always like these trees here. So pretty. Really looking forward to the 4th of July this year. I plan on having a large gathering of people. Plan on grilling and baking and cooking and hanging out and playing some semi-loud music. Yeah, looking forward to the 4th of July. So, anything new on Doug's bike? No, I don't think so. Ever since he got that Blue Wind seat, which he likes, I think that's like the last big thing. And of course, I got my pouch. Now I can carry my debit card and everything in there if I need to, whatever I need to carry. It works great. It's about time we gave these bikes a wash. So hopefully soon we'll take care of that. There's our little Rancho store. It's the Blue Eye restaurant and little mini mart. Oh, look, some cyclists. They're cyclist guys. Hello. Thanks. Yeah. So every once in a while you get some roadies over here. There's a couple of groups that ride. Doug, was a roadie. He'd ride through here, but he mostly rode on the frontage road because he'd go on those long rides on his Cannondale. So, yeah, because, the roads here, they're real nice and smooth and everything. Yeah, and we do watch Russ. We do not have a Costco's down here. We have a Sam's. There is a Costco's that's like 45 minutes away though. I don't do 45 minutes away. We have a Sam's Club membership, and with it just being two of us, we really don't shop there for much other than laundry, soap, and dishwasher pellets, things like that. But for the 4th of July, I'm gonna go and obviously buy some meat to be cooked that day. So okay, now here's this one house. This house here, I believe, is a remodel. I can't really tell how far they've gotten. They do have some rocks in those bags. That's a pretty house. I like it. I like the outside, although it could use a different color, or maybe they could whitewash that brick. But this street's a very nice street. Very nice street. I think we have to go a little bit further to get to all of the construction houses. Okay, we're coming up on the construction. Kind of windy. I hope not a lot of wind is being picked up in this microphone. Okay, this huge house, Doug calls it the Tony Montana house. Let me turn sideways so you can see it. You see that house over there? That house has been under construction for, oh my God, over a year. Well, obviously the size of the house, but let's just get around to the front. The garage doors are made of glass, and the whole front is tiled. Look at that. Just really, really big. I forgot how many bedrooms it's got. I think it's got like 9 bedrooms. Somebody told me that knows the people that own it. I don't remember. But so that construction's coming along nicely. Now let's get up here to this house. I think the last time that you all saw this house, yes, I don't even know if it had a roof on it, but it is, hey, maybe someone bought it. No, still for sale. It's got a boat dock back there, or a dock. A real pretty house, I think, and it's for sale. I think it's for sale, yep. And the property beside it's also for sale. So lots of homes for sale down here for anybody thinking about moving to South Texas. There's another house down here. Let's see. They hadn't worked on it in a while. Then we had an interesting deal. This home right here that's got that wall, it was we saw them complete it, and then it had a for sale sign on it, and now the for sale sign is gone. No, wrong house, I'm sorry, scratch that. This house with the wall, they completed it, and then we had seen the people that looked like they owned it, but then the next day, for like 3 days, it was for sale. Now there's no for sale sign on it. There's no cars out there, so not sure what happened there. Then over here at this house, long time ago, there's a lady. We believe a lady owns this house, or maybe, her and her husband, but the husband wasn't there. This house right here, but they haven't done any work on it for a long time. So maybe some things got slowed down, or they had to come up with more money. Not too sure, but yeah. So now I'm going through the mud hole area. Here we go, y'all. Whee! It's all dried up. Don't have to worry about it. Doug. He's never ridden back through here. That was too much mud for Doug. Me, I don't care. I'll ride over here. Yeah, oh look, there's some crops growing out there. I'm not sure what those are. Not a big farmer. Even though in college, they were trying to recruit me to go to school for farming, Future Farmers of America. And I actually had one semester of, what was that class? It was biology, but it was more of the, it had a special name. So we would have to go out to the fields and check the length of the crops, how they were growing, stuff like that. No, not for me. Not at all. Oh, here comes the wind. Yep, there's that house again. Real pretty house. Really pretty. There's Doug always being in the front. Okay, so I missed the house back there, but it's the picture on the thumbnail. We're over here. This is called The Bend. High-end homes over here. Let's see, where did Doug go? Man, he went down the street. He's so far ahead of me. I probably shouldn't even follow him down here, but I'll turn around sooner. Hello. I'm gonna try to turn around here. We got a driveway there. Yeah, I'm sure he's listening to some of his podcasts today. He forgot that I was riding with him. It tends to happen. He just gets in his own world and just takes off. Okay, here's his big house over here. This house looks like a freaking building. Hi! It looks like an office building of some sorts. That's the house. Look at that. Wow. Used to be a beautiful view. That view's all gone now. They're probably going to have a fence over here, so you won't be able to see that view anymore. Big house. There's a sign that tells you about it. Look at it. I guess I'll follow him over here. I like this cul-de-sac. Yeah, so this is just a typical ride in the neighborhood for us. You slow down, let me catch up. Yeah, because otherwise he'll just go forever. That guy, he'd probably make it all the way home before he wonders, well, what happened to Diva? Yeah, his big orange jersey. I'm sure to be able to find him, but still, I don't want to use my battery all the way up. I'm using my throttle, but look at him. He ain't heard a word I said. Then these houses over here are huge. Look at that house. That's a big house. All these houses over here are big, like, I'm talking like 4 AC units. There's 2 AC units on that end. There's probably 2 more on the other side. I don't know how many rooms they have or anything. I don't know we don't know anybody who lives in these houses, so. But I like looking at them. I like getting inspiration about things that maybe we want to do to our little place. But not much we can do, which is okay. Beautiful evening. This is the best time because right now there are no mosquitoes out. And that is the one thing that is really hard to deal with in the summer. You really want to have a nice gathering and hang outside. The mosquitoes will just eat you alive. So, okay, you'll be able to see the construction as I get ready to turn up here. I usually leave my bike anymore in pedal assist too. Seems to work out well. Okay, we're seeing the construction from the back on this left-hand side. Well, first of all, there's the first house that we're not sure how they're going to connect the garage floor. And then there's the new construction. Another big house right beside it. Wonder how it's gonna look. Look, he's nowhere to be found, y'all. Look, he's got 3 ways, but we go home this way. There he is. Just look. So I guess I'll just wrap it up here. There's no more construction. There's no construction on this street. So it's just been a nice little ride, short little chit chat. Maybe next time I'll mic Doug up so he can talk about the bikes more, because everybody knows my memory is trash. If I had something written down that I could read, yeah, but what fun is that? So hope everybody has a chance to get out and ride, and we will catch you all on the next video. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Till next time.